So, could PlayStation VR2 and the PlayStation VR2 games be heading over to PC VR and vice versa? We'll find out right after this. Welcome back to another Foxy Games UK video. Like, subscribe, hit notification and all that good stuff. All links are available in this video's description. So in today's video, courtesy of PlayStation.blog.com, straight from the horse's mouth, Gillian McAllister, Manager Content Communications at Sony Interactive, PlayStation VR2 launched over a year ago, backed by 40 plus games, and a launch window which included all new experiences like Horizon Call of the Mountain and Pavlov, as well as PlayStation VR2 compatible games such as the amazing Gran Turismo 7 VR and Resident Evil Village VR. I know I own the thing. Now, over the next 12 months, the experiences will be expanded further. Intense first-person adventures such as Synapse, Red Matter and Resident Evil 4 VR mode, with puzzles like Humanity and Seventh Guest VR, action rhythm add-ons, the likes of Beat Saber, Synth Riders, Drums Rock, multiplayer fun in the form of Among Us VR, Ghosts, Rise of Ghost Lord, C-Smash VRS and more. Quite a lot of games there, right? Now, following on from the recent reveals of the Metro Awakening and Legendary Tales by way of last month's State of Play, Sony are highlighting a number of games in today's PlayStation blog post with new announcements, release date reveals, always a good thing, and DLC debuts and a game launch. You can find out all about it if you just head over, link in the description. So there's a lot to look forward to here. Also, Sony are pleased to share that they are currently testing the ability. Here's the interesting part now. Sony are pleased to share that they are currently testing the ability for PlayStation VR2 players to access additional games on PC to offer even more games variety in addition to the PlayStation VR2 titles through PlayStation 5, and they hope to make this support available in 2024. Stay tuned for more updates. Interesting stuff. So what is that? What is Sony telling us here? Are we going to have PlayStation VR games on the PC, and are we going to get more PlayStation, well, I say PC VR games on PlayStation VR2? Here's a title that I think we're all looking forward to, especially those of us who own the actual headset. Yes, Half-Life Alyx, a game that's been stuck on the PC VR scene that needs to come over to PlayStation VR2. So yeah, now that Sony are testing PlayStation VR2 for PC, this likely means PlayStation VR2 will receive PC game ports, vice versa. PlayStation VR2 will receive lots of games as well from the PC side of things. Now, back in December 6, 2023, I actually tweeted because, or posted rather when it was still Twitter, X now, but I did post something about PlayStation VR2 because there seemed to be a lull in the PlayStation VR2. The hype didn't seem there anymore. People weren't really posting images anymore of their games on PlayStation VR2. The whole excitement thing just completely disappeared. And I will always be an advocate for VR because those flat games do not compare to the virtual reality. They just don't compare. And I'm not knocking those flat games. I've been playing them for years and I still very much love playing them. But once you've had a go at Gran Turismo 7 in VR, you just don't want to play it on a normal screen anymore. So Sony need to get Half-Life Alyx on PlayStation VR2 just to get a buzz back around this thing. I own, as I say, PlayStation VR2, I own Pico 4, and I picked up the MetaQuest 3. I enjoy all three products for their different strengths and weaknesses, though few on my timeline, as I say, ever talk about PlayStation VR2, which is by far the superior product. The only problem with VR2 is you need the PlayStation 5, whereas the other two are standalone VR units, so they do have an advantage in that sense. But yeah, we've recently had Arizona Sunshine 2, but things are looking a little drastic, aren't they? Now, to make matters worse, I believe that Meta had put up figures of the Quest 3's holiday sales, holiday 2023 sales, and they completely overshadowed PlayStation VR2. I do not know how many PSVR2 units have been sold to date. Last time I checked, they'd done about 3.5–4 million units. I don't know where it stands today. Probably still under 5 million. It's a damn good system though, that's the problem. PlayStation VR2 is a fabulous piece of technology. The visuals are outstanding. The dual haptics are outstanding. There's less motion sickness, higher frame rates, higher refresh rates. I don't know why this thing isn't selling. I would buy the system just for Gran Turismo 7 VR alone. Because if you try to buy a setup, a VR setup, with a racing wheel, everything else, when you go to those events and they've got this VR thing, those systems cost hundreds of thousands of pounds. And you can have it all in your home. I picked up a steering wheel, the Logitech, GT steering wheel for the PS5. I picked up a frame that you sit in, driving, racing frame. I also obviously have the PlayStation VR 2 and Gran Turismo 7, as well as a bunch of games, and literally all of that for less than $1,000. And if you wanted a professional VR setup in a racing situation, you're looking at, just a few years ago, it was over 100 grand. I've seen them. Obviously, they're more exciting than PlayStation VR 2 because they've got hydraulics and all that built in. But the haptics do a good job of simulating the motion, the bumps, the crashes, and everything else. So let's see what happens. But as I say, as a summary, Sony are looking to get PlayStation VR 2 across on the PC, games and all, and hopefully we can get some games out of the deal. Half-Life Alyx, looking at you. So let me know what you think about this in the video comments, because that's all we have for today. If you like the work I do here, go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment on the video, share the video. But if you do comment, keep your fanboy stank out of it and try posting objectively and sensibly. Show a little class, be respectful, be reasonable, and be kind to others. Around here, we're not interested in what you feel, only what you think. You can support what I do for just £1, $1, or whatever your currency is via Patreon. There's a link on the channel front end and this video's description, because, well, we're family now. Until next time, support Box Retail Games, and always play games, not corporations.